you buy one yet, Henry? The paper will pay for it if you put it on your expense report.
I don't know if that's ethical, but no, I was just going to ask, what did you think to see him finally accomplish that as well as the other records?
Well, it's very happy for Devin and all his teammates that have been a part of this all the way through. We've talked many times about what the kind of player he's been, the kind of person he's been, how humble and how hardworking he's been throughout this. For him to get it, I just did a post-game radio, and as I said, I was so happy that he did it in front of our home fans at our home away from home for the season and not on the road. It's a special moment for him. He's done so much for us on and off the field. He's done so much for us this season. He's run physical. He's been a very good receiver out of the backfield. I thought he had another outstanding game today.
Lance, what would you say is the most overlooked part of Devin's game?
I used to think it was more just his vision in part, but to me, I think this year what's really stood out to me is ability out of the backfield. I think he continues to challenge himself as a pass protector, and he's willing and wanting and things like that. But I think the one that this year has probably been the plays he's made out of the backfield and with receptions, that's probably stuck out more than the previous years.
You guys had a lot of success offensively today, especially in the first half. What stood out to you most about what you guys were able to do offensively?
I'm sorry? What
stood out to you most about what you guys were able to do?
I think the balance in which we were able to create and for a team, for a defense that, is a top 15 defense in the country and one that prides itself on not giving up a lot of big plays and really forces you to drive the field. We were able to find some seams and get behind some people. And it was, I thought Jeff had a really good feel for what he wanted to do and got in a nice rhythm, and a lot of things were working. And again, the ability to balance that with the run game and some of the things really got us off to the start that we needed.
Coach, Jalen had a couple of really long completions over 60 yards. Just talk about the first one especially that regained the momentum, and then the fact that he was able to.
Yeah, he had that one he hit Grimm on right away. I think that, again, we were able to, find some seams on some verticals and for us to answer that, because that was a really good drive, an impressive drive for them to go 99 yards so quickly on us. It was like, oh boy, they really found their stride and had a plan for us. And for us to answer that quickly really kind of settled it back down and got it back to neutral, I guess, for us, and it was a big play.
Coach, obviously Iowa State, scores first, and then you guys respond quickly and kind of get your foot on the gas there for a while. Was that nice to see out of the offense to, see them kind of push forward like that and
Yeah, it was great to see. I think, like many of us said, as we've talked in these after every game, we've been waiting for something like this. At times, we felt we had the potential to be that type of offense and team, and I think we've strung some games together now where we played pretty well. But to be able to put that many points up early was great to see. But at the same time, it's kind of like an NBA basketball game where it's going to get close at the end somehow, some way, and it did. And but for us to find a way to make it happen and pull out the win was good to see. It's good when you can take a knee to end a football game.
Lance, could you speak to keeping the team on track emotionally through the difficult times?
Well, Blair, it's a great question. I really credit our leaders and our upperclassmen all the way through this, our strength coach, Matt Gildersleeve, all our coaches, because the things that we've talked about really from day one in this program is about a process of continually getting better, being coachable, working hard, control what you can. I know those are very cliche words in today's sports world, but when you start telling your players to own what's on film, and again, this group has played enough and understands enough that they could see where we had come up short, and they didn't make excuses, and they owned it, and they could see, though, if we can get these things better and corrected, we're going to win some football games. Today was a very important, obviously, game for us in a lot of different ways as far as maintaining an opportunity for bowl eligibility, which I don't really want to ever really talk about and do, but I will at this moment, because it was important for us to do for this group to keep fighting and having purpose each and every day for what the expectations were to start. And for this group to continue to work, and I've said it in here before, and I don't know if you've been at them, Blair, is, I've had less guys in my office this year talking about opportunities of playing time, targets, carries, snaps at any time since I've been here. And it's an understanding that I think our players have come to understand what it takes to get those opportunities and to do and to own what we haven't done well enough to win football games. And no matter how this plays out the next 3, I'll always be proud of this group for handling it the way they have.
What do you think of Melo's interception? Do you feel like that clinched the game on the sideline?
It kind of did. I thought Kobe had it at first. In fact, I was congratulating Kobe. I couldn't tell 2 or 3. It's those darn blue numbers and stuff. I don't know who picked those out. Where's Travis at? I'm going to blame him. But but yeah, you could feel the momentum. It kind of shifted there, and we're going to need something. It's one of those times, though, you kind of think about it. You're kind of just waiting for one of those 2 corners to make that type of play for us, because they've stepped up at big opportunities. And for him to take it all the way, I couldn't really see from the ground level like what the path was to get in there. But I heard somebody say he's going to score, but it did probably help put a nail in it as best we could.
Hey, Coach, a big day for Jalen. You said earlier this week that his best football was going to come down the stretch. So how proud are you of him, and what did he do well today?
Yeah, again, I saw at halftime. I left my stats somewhere. I didn't see what he was totally on the day, but I don't know percentage-wise if it was eye-popping, but I thought he made big throws when we needed them. And again, I continue to think even when we were taking some shots, it's the other thing I think we did a good job of was we stayed aggressive, and we just didn't sit on the ball at times, and we were trying to be aggressive and do some of the things almost like we did a year ago against them by not just trying to run the clock out and trying to sneak away with a win. But I thought Jalen made great decisions, and we played turnover-free football.
Lance, can you see the confidence kind of growing in Jalen week in, week out?
Yeah, again, he was, he's always smiling, 90% of the time, but, it's one of those things where you can see him kind of feeling that he's feeling good about what he's seeing. He's feeling that he's prepared. The game plan fits what he wants to do and what he can execute. So when you see him feeling good about that on the sidelines, that even if a series doesn't go our way, he's confident enough that we can come back and make a drive after that.
Lance, 3 sacks, 5 TFLs. What did you see from your defense?
Yeah, I don't know who had them all. But to see us play that aggressively and make those plays when we needed to. I don't know if Ron McGee got a sack on that one or if the quarterback got back to the line of scrimmage. But Ron McGee's a guy who's in his 6th year with us. Lost him last year to an ACL during fall camp when he was playing his best football for us. He's had a long road back. Today was the first time he stepped on the field in 2 years, and for him to get a play, if you saw on the sidelines how excited his teammates were and how happy they were for him, it was great to see him being a guy that's in there making plays. I thought we played hard and we scrapped up there to put pressure, especially I thought the second quarter we were able to be very disruptive, and and that in the 4th down stop by J.B. Brown was a big-time hit on the sideline. That was a huge play.
Hey, Lance, how big of a motivator is it to play almost a Big 12 spoiler with the games coming up? How big of a motivator?
Well, I don't, I guess we'll kind of be in that spoiler role if that's what's labeled. I guess we just have a chance to play meaningful football yet for us and play well down the stretch. We talked about making a second half season of things in the back 6 games after our first open week. I feel this is still a good football team, no matter what disappointment we've had to go through, and we have an opportunity to finish strong. And if that means we're a spoiler along the way, so be it. There's chances now that we'll play ranked football teams almost exclusively down the stretch, and we did 2 weeks ago, and we did here again today, and then we'll probably have the next few weeks for sure. And it's challenging, and it can be exciting because I think we can maybe, resurrect ourselves from some of the things that didn't go right the first half. Thank you, everyone.
Nah, I can't do that. Can't do that.
You got it on your first carry, no drama. More importantly, though, you got it in a win. I think that's probably what
Yeah.
for you.
Yeah, I mean, that definitely brought a smile to my face. I mean, that's a good team we just faced. And, like I've always said, it's on us to execute and be in sync in all three phases. And, I thought we had one of our best performances yet. So I'm super proud of the guys. It's easy to quit. It's easy to give up. It's easy to say, we're just going to throw in the towel. And for us seniors, it's easy to just focus on the future. But, everyone's bought in, and they want to be better for this organization, this team, for the fans, and everyone. So you're super blessed, super proud to be part of this special organization.
What was it like for the 2 weeks between games waiting? You knew you needed 7 yards. You probably didn't care too much, but that's not very many for you.
Yeah.
Especially. I mean, did you think about it a lot? Did you think about it none? I mean, how was that waiting game?
I mean, just kind of just seeing what it was going to be like, what play it was going to be on, just this. No, I didn't. I never get to pick the plays. But, it's just one of those dream come true type of moments. And, I just really blessed to be on this team, and it's unique just to be a part of a team for 4 straight years and grow with the guys, grow with the coaches, and, so many relationships I have in that locker room. And it's just awesome, man.
Devin, did you talk to Tony Sands or June Henley before this game at all? What did they have to say to you?
Yeah, I mean, I didn't talk to any of them before the game. I've had a lot of conversations with Tony, though. He said he was coming to the Colorado game, so it'll be nice to catch up with him. And, yeah, I mean, it's just so awesome, for great guys like him and guys who laid a great foundation in this program to, reach back out and be a part of the program again and be excited to be about the program. And, yeah, just seeing me honored for sure.
Devin, I know you got more games to play, but do you have a favorite game performance from the last 4 years?
Just overall, like my own performance, like in the past,
When you played?
I would have to go Oklahoma State that one year. I mean, just obviously. But, I mean, at the end of the day, just all these performances kind of add up is just with wins and the team camaraderie in the locker room, and especially that Oklahoma State game, going to the bowl game and everything. And it was just so special in a lot of different ways. But, this was special in its own way, too, because a lot of people counted us out. A lot of people said we didn't have a chance. And we came out here and we showed otherwise. And that's why I'm so proud of the group of guys, for sure.
So considering it's a team effort, how much credit do you give to your offensive line for helping you accomplish that feat?
All of it, man. I mean, we joke around, but like I said before, it's pretty serious. It's our record, and they had got all the T-shirts too. They're rocking it, and I owe them dinner, but that's no big deal for me. And I'm glad to be able to have some more memories and growing with those guys, and just whatever it is, man. And yes, super honored, like I said, to grow with those guys. And obviously we have some new faces, but they bought in, and they're all part of this organization and program. So.
Devin, how fun was the offense just moving today? You guys had 9 different celebrations with all the touchdowns. I just want to see you guys doing that.
Yeah.
How fun was it just seeing the offense just kind of continuing to move along in that game?
Yeah, man. I mean, that's what it takes. We've always had the ability to be one of the best offenses in the country, and I think today just cements that. But like I've said before, it's on us to be consistent with it. And I've said this a lot of times as well. Is as good as this feels, we have another gauntlet game next week, and a really tough and hostile environment. So we have to flush this one just as much as we flush the losses and everything again, and just get back ready and fix the mistakes we had today as well.
Devin, more big picture stuff, but you're pretty close to 4,000 for your career. Nobody's done that. You're close to another 1,000-yard season, which would be your third. Nobody's done that. I mean, I know you had those big goals.
Mm-hmm.
Are those things bigger than even your goals were and your vision?
Yeah, I mean, honestly never would have thought I would get in this position. Just first of all, I never thought I was going to play as a true freshman, truthfully. I mean, and just kind of being thrown in the fire on a really young team. And, it's just so many things kind of just led to this moment. And, at the time, I just had no idea what it was leading to. And so that's what's most special about it. And like I said, just doing it with the guys who grew with me in this program as well. And, like I've had a conversation with Quentin, and, it's easy for anyone to, like I said, quit and leave and go to a different program when things are hard. But a lot of these guys, they stuck through it. And, not everyone can say that they brought literally the worst organization and program out from the mud, and that's something we're gonna live off with for forever. So.
Any chatter out there after that first carry? You got the 14-yard gain.
Yeah, I mean, quickly. They were like, "Good job," and then move on. Yeah, good job from the guys, and just move on because we had the score. So.
Yeah, and then I saw you paying attention when they're announcing it over PA too. Like that's not really you either. You're pretty locked in, focused.
Yeah.
But you allowed yourself to throw up the heart. I mean,
Yeah.
Was that intentional? You wanted to kind of soak that in and be
Yeah, I mean, just being present with the fans. They've given a lot to this program, and they've stuck through some hard stuff just as much as we have. And so it's just an honor all around. And I just give so much to this program, to this community, and I just wanted a moment with them. So thank you guys.
Appreciate it.
Congrats.
Thank you.
All right, everyone, we have quarterback Jalen Daniels. Sorry, go to Jordan.
Jalen, after the 400 battles and years of that in recent weeks, how did it feel just to be able to kneel down 3 times?
Absolutely. I mean, it was definitely the work that we've been putting in finally showing off. I feel like one thing that this team hasn't done is waver. I feel like we haven't stopped going about things the way that we go about them, and I feel like that allowed us to be able to keep pushing. No matter what happens, we're just going to keep on pushing as a team.
Jalen, after they scored that 99-yard drive, you answered very quickly with that pass. Just talk about that big pass, and you had a couple of long ones today.
Yeah, absolutely. We had, came out of the huddle as I wouldn't say that we rushed out of the huddle because we kind of tempoed it. I had the center go out and then the rest of the offense. So, we already had the defense kind of not know what we were going to come out in. And, that pass to Luke Grimm is not a pass that we've kind of hit at all on that play recently in a while, at least probably since the beginning of fall camp. So going through that play, I was just dropping back. They ended up taking number 1, 2, and 3 in the progression, and I was looked in the middle of the field, seeing Luke Grimm running by himself, and I looked to the left to see where the safety was, and he seen my other route on the other side of the field, and I just seen Luke Grimm with grass in front of him, so I tried to throw it on the rope to try to beat the safety.
Were you tempted to overthrow it? I mean, he was so open. It would have been pretty easy to miss.
Yeah, sometimes the wide open throws are the hardest throws to make, but I just wanted to be able to give him a chance, and I was able to do that.
JD, I know winning is the most important thing for all you guys, but you also knew Devin was close to that record.
Absolutely.
He got it on the first play. 2 things. What did you guys say to him after that, and did you personally know the play call for snap 1 today, and what he was going to have a chance to get it on?
Yeah, I mean, I definitely, going into every single game, I know the first play of the game, but it didn't really hit my head that, like, all right, the first run, like, he's only, 6, 7 yards away, and then he ends up getting it. I honestly didn't know he broke the record until, second half, going into halftime, and I was like, oh, dang, you did break the record.
Hey, Jalen, is that what you envisioned the offense to look like?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, if you want me to be honest, we still left a lot of plays out there. I mean, there were some passes that I underthrew Q Scan, underthrew Luke Grimm, and I feel like there were still some touchdowns that we left out on that field. And, I feel like that just goes to show that, we still haven't seen the full potential of this entire team to be able to pull a full game together. And, I'm just excited to be able to see what this team continues to do throughout the rest of the season.
Jalen, coming off the bye week, after that tough loss to Sunflower Showdown, and the way you guys came out and executed, marching up and down the field scoring. I mean, how good do you think you utilized the time off, and what's the hunger for more of keeping the bowl hopes alive?
Yeah, I mean, absolutely. I mean, I feel like a bye week just allows us to be able to, take a step back, look at, how we lost that last game and be able to, take the steps that we need to be able to take. If you want to be honest, you look back at our last one, it was coming off of a bye week as well. So I feel like the bye weeks have, helped us a lot as far as being able to maintain health, but also being able to lock in and be able to get that extra preparation for the team ahead. Thank you so much.
Hey, Cornell, just what you think of the overall defensive effort today, especially you guys are doing really well in the first half?
I think we did good. We flew around the ball, just executing the calls that was given, making sure we fill our gaps, come downhill. So I think we did pretty good the first half.
That fourth down stop JB got.
Yes, sir.
Think of that play and how important it was from a momentum standpoint.
Oh, it was definitely important. I feel like that was a drive coming from half. We definitely needed that stop, just to get that momentum back on our side. But, he filled the gap, kept scraping, filled him up pretty good on that sideline. So it was a great play by JB. Yes, sir.
Obviously, you guys take
Yes, sir.
Bowl eligibility. What do you think about the games left, and how do you go in focusing on it?
Yes, sir. We just try to, keep the main thing, keep it day by day. Next week we're going to get on BYU. This game is over with now, so we want to focus on them. And, just keep pushing every day to get better. So that's our main goal.
Cornell, what was your perspective on Mella's interception and what was kind of going through your head?
Yes, sir. It was crunch time. We needed a big play. So, in which he did that, I was in coverage and I seen him catch the ball. I got to go, find some blockers, find some work. So, it was a great play by Melo. We needed that for sure.
Cornell, you've
Yes, sir.
a couple weeks, obviously, but I wonder how much you're hearing from teammates still.
Yes, sir.
How important it is to have you out there, sideline to sideline, cleaning up plays, all that stuff. Are they still talking to you about nice to have you back?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I hear it, but I'm just one guy. It's a lot of dudes that's on this defense. That's the puzzle to this. So, I do my part, but everybody else do they 111 as well. So I'm thankful to be out there. I'm thankful to have my guys, to get me back comfortable out there, and I'm just blessed to be out there with them. Smoothie. Yes, sir. Thank you.
All right, guys, we got cornerback Melo Dotson.
What was your perspective on the interception?
I've been practicing all week to make a play, to make multiple plays, and that just so happened to happen.
How different is it than the one you had against Iowa State last year?
I got a little chance to make a little move on that one, so that one was a little better.
How important do you think that was from the defense from a momentum standpoint, especially with Iowa State having scored a couple touchdowns before that?
I feel like even if I didn't make that interception, we still would have got off the field and been able to close the game out. But that was a great play to close the game out.
Anything else for Melo?
How much can this win do just from a confidence standpoint heading into the rest of the season?
Even though we lost a lot of games this year, our confidence never went down. So we're just going to keep practicing, keep being us, and keep it trucking.
Melo, you guys are obviously still in bowl contention. How big of a goal is that to keep you guys playing?
Really just take it one game at a time, focus on our next opponent, which is BYU, and don't get ahead of ourselves.
Melo, just how fun was it seeing the defense just fly around today? 3 sacks, I think it was 5 or 6 or 7 total tackles for loss. How fun was it just to see the defense fly around like that?
It was real fun. I'm super. It wasn't only him, but I'm super proud of Dean Miller. Like from when he first got here to now, like he changed tremendously, and I want to commend him, and I really salute him.
Melo, Coach Leipold just said he wasn't even sure if it was you or Kobe. I wonder how many other people were confused. Do you know?
No, I was just looking on my phone. I seen on Twitter somebody tagged Kobe, so it had to be a good amount of people confused.
Right. Did he say anything to you?
Who?
Kobe.
Nah, he didn't say nothing.
How do you feel about Devin's record? What do you say to him, and have you been wearing the T-shirt?
I promise you, I literally asked for a T-shirt, and they said they only got O-lineman sizes. I was pretty upset about that. But I remember the first day Devin got on campus in the locker room. I was looking at him, and his confidence was there since day one, and I'm super proud of him also.
Anything else for Melo? All right, thanks everyone.
Thank y'all.